Have you been feeling drained lately? You don't have enough energy to even start your day. Maybe you're sleeping too much. Or maybe you just don't want to go out. Have you been feeling sad?
Central London OSCE or London Hospital OSCE. You decide. Our Central London purpose-built NMC OSCE course and practice rooms include all of the equipment you need to practice for your NMC OSCE exam. You get the same expert team by your side, the same expertly prepared materials, and now a dedicated space built just for our international and return to practice nurses. Learn more at www.oscenurses.com.
So what is SAD? So SAD stands for Seasonal Affective Disorder. Now, to be honest, I'm originally from the Philippines, where, I don't know, sun is always around. In the Philippines, our summer can be as hot as 40 degrees, and what might be cold for us is around 20 degrees. And 20 degrees here in the UK, well, that's summer. In the UK, it's a totally different weather, I'd say. I noticed that the skies are predominantly gray, clouds may be hanging low, and it doesn't really help that, so if you work as a nurse like me, when I work in a special area in critical care, sometimes you'd work in places where there are no windows. So you have to be early at work, maybe going to work at around 8 o'clock. And mind you, during winter, sun doesn't come up until maybe 9 o'clock. So you don't really get to see the sun when you go in for work. And then you go home after 8 or maybe 7 o'clock if you're lucky. However, the sun has already said its goodbyes by 4 or 5 in the afternoon. And this is normally what happens in winter. And so during winter times, seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, is predominant, especially for those people like us who's used to the sun. A special mention to this is that we have a community of nurses and carers here in the UK, the Filipino UK Nurse Facebook community, and it's very apparent in our community. During the height of winter times, especially December, November, when it starts, people vent out a lot of their depression, sad memories, because the weather doesn't help. The weather is sort of conducive for you to feel really down. According to the NHS, seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, SAD, is a type of depression that comes and goes in a seasonal pattern. Most are experiencing this during winter, where days are short and nights are longer. Though there are some of us who might also experience this during summer. The NHS also said that whilst the exact cause is still not fully understood, SAD might be linked to the decreased exposure to sunlight, which affects the production of melatonin and serotonin and causes disruption of the body clock. What happens to you or to our brain when we are affected with SAD or SAD? Basically, we have reduced serotonin levels, and then high melatonin levels, and then we have a disrupted body clock. Some people that I've discussed SAD with don't really believe in it. Some might say, oh, you're just lazy, or they just put it down to whatever it is. But to be honest, SAD is a real thing. In our community, it is a real thing. Filipino nurses can get affected with SAD. What do you do to counter SAD or SAD? First things first, go outside. Get some natural light. Get some fresh air. The UK is conducive for outdoor activities. Most likely, anywhere you are, you will find a park or a pathway where you could expose yourself to nature. If that's not possible, maybe because it's in the winter, then exercise. Sweat it out. Again, in the UK, there's loads of gyms, but if gyms are not available for you, if it might be even too expensive, grab a phone, do your exercise with a group of friends in your own home, in your own flat, or maybe join a park activity. There are a lot of things that you can do for your exercise. Next, find a hobby. If exercise is not a good hobby for you, find something else that works well for you. Now, what's good about modern times, you can share your hobbies across the world or across boundaries because you can share this via the internet. So yes, find a hobby. Self care is important. Prioritize yourself. Do things that makes you happy. Maybe every now and then treat yourself to something nice because at the end of the day, if you help yourself, then you can get over any point of depression, even sad. As nurses, we work hard, and in healthcare, it's never easy. But don't forget to network even outside of work. Finding more friends to connect with, finding a community to connect with, maybe even if not a community, a small circle of friends where you can connect and release any tension or and talk yourself out of of depression, then that would really help. So one of the key symptoms of SAD or SAD is craving for a lot of carbs. Carbs might come in form of rice. Rice is life. But also the availability of other sweets like ice cream and cakes can also lead you to have some more carbs. So practice mindful eating. If you keep this in check, then obviously you won't slide down the dark side of sad. It's very important that you yourself find your inner strength to seek for help. Seek for help when you need it. You are brave, and you don't have to put this on the side and just think, oh, this is just me. SAD is not a real thing. No, SAD is a real thing. So to help you, I'll put down some links down below to help you combat SAD. And take note, there's also NHS resources down below. Being an overseas nurse in the UK is not easy. SAD or SAD may be one of the things that can really affect us. However, it is very important that we still look after ourselves because at the end of the day, if we take care of ourselves, then we can take care of other people. So if you'd want to connect with us, join us in our Facebook page, Filipino UK Nurse Community, and engage with us, find more friends, and connect with more people. Always remember, Manong knows.
Manong knows best, put your worries to rest when staying in the United Kingdom. Manong knows best.